and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at items in, or an item in the Sale-A-Bration catalogue. This will run from the 4th of January to the 28th of February, and you can get something absolutely free with a qualifying order. So this is going to be like every year they do one what I call a cutesy stamp set. So one that's ideal for kids, for adults, for anybody wants something that's just a little bit cutesy and amusing. So this time it's Awesome Otters. You are utterly awesome. And it's birthday time, so you know, lovely little set, cute little characters, and I thought that we would have a go with this one today. So we have got the standing one, the one in the water, and the one holding a fish, and then there's a little birthday hat if you want to put it on. I think You Are Utterly Awesome is a good one to have. So let's have a look. They are red rubber, which is always a bonus. I've done this one, but I haven't done the others, so we will do these two and then have a look to see how they stamp. So we can take the backing off them. So that's one, and let's take this little one by the water. I don't think I'm going to use the hat. I want them as cute otters, but I don't want them as party ones, but the hat's quite fun to use at a later date. So let's get these two out. As I say, I've done this one because he was fairly straightforward. So let's have a go with these. So we've got this one, which is going to be sort of swimming upwards. So let's just pop him down like that in on the water, get myself some memento. And what I've done is I have taken from the stitched rectangles, I've just taken a piece, and what I tend to do is I will look and see the size that I want, and I've just cut two of those, so one for each one. And it means then you can do a background of whatever you want. So you can use pattern paper, you can use cardstock, you know, you can use basically whatever you want. So we're going to put this one in like that. I'm putting it fairly near the top because I want to put the Utterly Awesome down at the bottom. So that's that one. I think he's sort of about the right angle. He probably could be a little bit further forward, but I think if he's swimming, doesn't really matter whether he's completely straight or not. Let me have a look at the picture in here. They've done him so that he's a little bit straighter than that, but I've done him sort of more swimming upwards. But as I say, because he's swimming, it really doesn't matter that much. And then this one, which is the one in the water, we're going to have him, and I'm going to do him this way. And again, I'm just doing him with memento so that then we can use blends or something like that on them. I've got a black background, which I've just got ready. And so on this one, I'm just going to put him in, just in sort of on the centre, like that. Very cute little characters. I think they're quite fun. So let me just use my Simply Chamois to clean that off. So I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. And in the UK we have Christmas and we have Boxing Day, and because it was at the weekend, we also had the Monday and the Tuesday as bank holiday. So we've been really fortunate with 4 days of basically holiday, which is rather nice. So I'm just going to pop these back in here. We might do, let me have a look at the sentiment on here, which is You Are Utterly Amazing. So I'm going to put that one in on here. Sure that that's fairly straight. That'll do. And we'll have that one in just down in here, because then that will fit quite nicely in on this one. So let's just put it, I'm going to put him just down at that angle. You Are Utterly Awesome. And this one, we could have the happy birthday, or we could have you are utterly. I'm going to have you are utterly awesome again, because I quite like that. That can go to any friend or anybody like that. So I'm just going to have that in there. You are utterly awesome. Okay, so now I can clean that off. And then we go down to doing a little bit of colouring. So for the colouring, I'm going to use some of our blends. Now, you know I use a variety of things for colouring, but I think just for simplicity, the blends are quite good. And I'm using the bronze, and I'm using the, let me see what the other colour is, the ivory. So the bronze and the ivory are the colours I'm using. So I'm going to take the ivory first, and we want the, I can do both of them at the same time. So we want the body, or sorry, his sort of the inner part of his face is going to be in with this one. Just sort of colouring it through. It goes down where he's sort of in the water. And then exactly the same for this one. I'm not doing his nose. I'm just doing this inside part in the ivory. Now you could use crumb cake. But I like using the ivory and the bronze, because they do work really well, particularly as of this sort of otter, because there's not a huge differentiation between the crumb cakes, whereas there is with this. So it gives a nice sort of pale body. Okay, so I'm leaving it like that for the moment. I'm not doing around his face, but I shall show you why, because we are going to be doing his face as well. So with this one, I'm going to go through on his little ears first, and then I'm going to go down up where his eyebrows and things are. And then I'm coming down like this. And this is with the bronze. So again, I'm just doing down like this. And then I'm going to go back through. I'm going to finish it before it dries out. I'm going back in with the ivory and then going round on his face like this, because that gives his face so that it looks realistic. If you do it too, and I'm just going to do his nose in the brown, in the bronze. There we go. So that's him, and I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, because if you do all the way round on his face, I think it looks a little dark, and I think it just adds that sort of character. So you're literally just going round the top and then bringing it in, down on the side, just up on his little paws, around this. He is quite cute. So I'm doing all the way around on the body. Now you can use some light and dark shading if you want, but I think that, to be quite honest, he's probably fine just with the bronze like this. Don't think I've got anything that's darker in the blends. If I did have, I would use just a slightly darker one to just do a little bit of a shadow, but I think that this will work quite well. Now I just need to do down here like this. So again, I've left that little bit of the top of his face. Oh, I need to do his nose. And as you can see, I just do little dots for his nose because then it doesn't bleed through too much. So I'm just going to take this in on here, just over the top. Now, if you wanted to, you could do a little bit of blue for the eyes. I'm just blending this in a little bit so it's not quite so harsh. There we go. And that's the otters coloured in. I'll show you the one that I did so that we've got the 3 of them, but I coloured that one in first so it doesn't, you know, you haven't got that seeing me do the same colouring in 2 different ones. Okay, so now we've got a fish on here. So I think the fish, I'm going to do the fish in sort of a greeny colour, I think. Although I don't know whether there's too many green looking fish about, but I think that might be all right. Could do an orange fish and make it like a goldfish, or I think they tend to have fish that are just sort of silvery scaled looking fish. So I wouldn't worry too much. So what colour was that? Sorry, this is... oh, this is a Retard one, like Call Me Clover. It's just happened to be one that I picked up. And I'm going to just do the top of it in grey. And I might just do just some little bits over the top of it in here, just to tone him down a little bit so that he's more sort of silvery, scaly looking rather than... There we go. So I've just toned him down a little bit. Can't miss that little bit down on there. There we go. And on the other one, we've got the water. So I've chosen, what's this one? Balmy Blue in light and dark. And I'm just going to, let's put this in here. So I'm going to the light. Now I'm just colouring it right the way sort of through in on there. You have to excuse my dog doing a bark thing. There's obviously somebody walking outside. So take this in like that, just over it all, and then with the dark I'm just going to do these little bits on here. So just where the little tops are of the water, do that bit in there, that bit in like that. Oops, little one on there, a little splash like that. And then you've got that on there. And as I say, you could, if you wanted to, just do a little bit of blue for the eyes, but I don't think so. I think that that makes it then almost too cutesy. So those are our 3 little figures. And then what I would do is I have got some designer series paper. Now this is from the new, and it's part of a 2, again, Sale-A-Bration, but it's 2, you get the paper and you get the stamp set, and it's called Friendly Hello. I have done one with it to just give you an idea, but the paper's quite fun. So you've got these sort of little spotties on that side, and you've got a purpley one on that side. So we can have one sort of in on the top like this. Let me take these bits out of the way so we can have a look. You can do it with ribbon, you can do it with whatever you want. I'm just going to lay them out so you just sort of have an idea. So you're not doing the whole thing, and some of the paper gives you a bit of a idea. You can also cut him out if you want to. I'm not going to, you can see where he's going through the water. I'm not going to do anything more with that one. I'm going to leave him as it is. I have got this one. Let's do this one in on here, that way round, and I'm just going to put him in on the centre like that. And then this one, I've got a piece left over from the Christmas paper, which is fine, but that gives it a dark green. That would work nicely for a masculine one. And then all you need is some mats, and I've probably got a few dotted about somewhere. I've got this black one, haven't I, that I was turning around and saying, now that would look quite good on there. So we can put that in on there. And as I say, just put that one in on the centre. And that's a very simple, easy, but quite fun card on there. And let me see what other ones I've got. A few bits and pieces that I've got dotted back. So I'm not sure what colours I've got on here. I'm just looking to see if I've got anything that's cut in my scrap box. That's got grey in it, so actually I will probably put this one on because I had a bit of grey on there, didn't I? So let's put this one in on here on the grey. That's quite nice because that picks up the grey in on there. We can have this one because it's dark with the black. So that just picks that up in like that. And then this one, I can probably do it with a blue because it's a bit watery. So let's just take a bit of a blue on there. So you can see very quick, very simple, very easy cards. That's a bit wide, that border, but it doesn't really matter. But you can see how, you know, you can make some really pretty little cards just with these really cute little characters. So it's this free stamp set, which is called, get it back out for you to see, Awesome Otters, and is available from January the 4th until the end of February during Sale-A-Bration, free with a qualifying order of £45. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.